Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce live stream. The picture hasn't picked up. There we go. Now we have. Welcome guys. This is the final round of the DrAce British Superbike Championship, and sorry, that's that's not predicting the future. That is just some graphics I've made just in case we have our champions. Now I have made some for Sacred Meerkat, Fernandez, and oh, is it not predict? Ah, it's not. Sergio, it's not. Ah, mate. Well spotted, though, dude. I need to make it again. Sorry, I'm a bit out of things today. I've been rushing to get things done. Far from scripted, Dalton. Far from scripted. Where are we? Transmission. Tyre wear is off. Yep, cool. Hey, Turpro, good to see you, dude. Yeah, let's do Cadwell Park for the lols. Right, yeah, sorry about that, guys. I've been a little bit busy today. I've had a lot of things to do. Greetings to everyone. Ruben, welcome to the stream. Faz, Dawn, Grenade, Mad Max, Sergio, Andy Yates. The list goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. Apologies for not being prepared. I've not been feeling too great today. I have the immune system of someone who's been living in a bubble for 25 years, and I don't know why today I've come down with another bug, so apologies if I sound a bit bunged up. But yeah, adds to the tension, doesn't it? So why not let it fly? Let's have some fun. But yeah, apologies for displaying the championship banner. Now we do have some penalties as well today, so you guys have given me more graphics to make. Now I did actually have a plan to make a full sort of end of video chat that me and the three guys, the three championship protagonists, had a few days ago, but unfortunately just didn't quite manage to finish it. Started it, but just didn't quite finish it. I needed to get some more footage, but anyway, that's me for now. So how is everyone? That is a very strange name. I've just seen someone underneath Mad Max called Syphilis. So if that is your name, I apologise. But welcome to the stream nonetheless. Faz says, Faz waves. Dalton Johns, how is everything? Yeah, other than not feeling too peachy. Other than that, not too bad. Rational, good evening, dude. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you in. I had some nice battles with you last time, didn't I, in the previous stream. So yeah, I think everyone's here now. Rational, Sparkyman, Fernandez, Jay, Dan, Meerkat, Max, Jack, Furhat, and Sergio 23. So I do believe that is everything. Stay at night. Ah, yes. Yeah, I sorted it now, Ruben. I'm a fool. I put it in, what do you call it, in the public lobby. Sorry, Perky. How the hell did I not... Did I not invite you? I would like to think I did invite you. It didn't go through. But, yeah, thank you, Ruben. If you do see anything in the Discord server that's for me, just let me know. Because I don't read messages or anything whilst during the stream. So that goes for anyone else. If you want to get in touch and you're watching the stream, just chuck it in the stream, of course. Furhat, good to have you back, mate. We missed you last week. Sacred Meerkat, ready. Furhat, suit ready. Everyone prepared. Everyone ready. I don't think we'll spend too much time with the build-up, because I think the build-up's already pretty much ready to go. Good to see Sacred Meerkat's connections looking a lot better. Rational's suit. Yeah, I don't know how Perky always gets missed on the invite. I swear I click it, but whether it goes through or not, I don't know. It's certainly nothing personal to our Perky. God forbid, I wouldn't want to miss him off. He's a great competitor in our championship. I think Perky's one of those riders I've got my eye on. I think with a little bit more experience, I think he'll be right up there with the top four. Just about piecing it together. But I know he looks good on the V4R. And I know he looks quite competitive in some of these races. So I think he's got a lot of potential. So definitely keeping Perky on board. And hopefully like to consider joining us again for a future championship. But quick check of the lobby options. RM 600 class, correct. 6 laps in qualifying. Physics simulation is free, etc. Transmission, whatever. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're about ready to start the qualifying for the final round of the DrAce British Superbike Championship. And let me just reiterate that. That is the final round. We have had 8 weeks of excitement. I can't believe that it's come to its conclusion already. What a journey. I'm just checking to make sure the sound is good. Is the sound working for you guys, yeah? Let me know. Let me know if you can hear that. I've got so many graphics on the left-hand side of my screen now. It's hard to see. Sound is food. Nice one, Jack. Good, good, good. And of course, you can hear my dulcet tones as well. So just waiting for Mad Max. He is now prepared. And let's start the finale. So let's jump into the qualifying. Let's talk business. Now, I do have a couple of videos to show you guys tonight. We will have the onboard footage. And then, of course, we will have the additional video. Instead of the intro video that we did use, we've got something else. So I look forward to showing that to you guys tonight. So once again, quick reminder, 600cc championship is as follows. 129 points for Sacred Meerkat. 2 points behind is Jackhammer 4658. Third place, Fernandez, just 13 points behind, so do not discount the number 99. Our Lorenzo-esque rider could be in for a shout of victory. And of course, Sergio in a battle for 4th position. He sits on 90 points as things stand at this stage of the championship. Now, there won't be that many to cross the 100-point mark, but I'm certain we'll have at least 4 or 5 riders, which is very pleasant. So we'll keep an eye on that as the championship goes along. Quick reminder, points are doubled. We will have 35 points available for the Grand Prix victory. 30 for second and 27 for third place. So, ladies and gentlemen, get cracking. It's going to be good, this one. Perky's on the wrong bike. Yes, I think Perky is choosing the bike now. I don't think he's actually selected yet. It is the final round. It is, Doc. Yes. Sorry, Jeffrey, it is. Good to see you're representing the Aces, of course, the DrAce pit crew with the logo on his account. Now, if you want that same account, that same logo, you can join the DrAce pit crew with the join button on the channel. If that button's not there, then let me know and I'll post it into the chat down below. But I think that's it. Cheers, Faz. I'm glad we've been able to inspire you to start playing the game again, so that's pretty promising. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we're ready. I'm going to have a sip of the water, and I think we're good to go. Apologies for being a little bit unprepared tonight. I had to have a lie down about an hour ago. I wasn't feeling too grand. So, just trying to get the screen recording up for the second recording software. I spent all day yesterday recording a good chunk of episodes on Superbike 22. And before then, I did a lot of recording MotoGP 22. I've got a new series coming out soon in MotoGP 22, and I don't think you're expecting it, so definitely stay tuned for that. And of course, if you're yet to subscribe, now's a great time to do so, right before the action really kicks off. And I'm a little bit concerned about this hang that we've got for Brands Hatch right now. Someone's game froze. I guess we'll find out in a moment's time, but it's never promising when we get stuck on the home screen for this long. Either that or someone's not playing on an SSD. Some external hard drive that's running about 400 RPM. So, hopefully we won't have to sit here too long, because this just really adds to the tension. I don't know about you guys sitting at home, whether you're playing or just watching the stream, but I'm pretty nervous about this as well. I feel the tension. Ah, it's Sparky Man. Looks like Sparky Man was the one who had that error. There's nothing we can do about that, unfortunately, so... Sparky Man, are you in the chat? Quick reminder, guys and gals, for the 600cc race, Sergio 23 does have the penalty, so he will be starting from 3 places behind his qualifying position, so bear that in mind for this one. Irresponsible riding during the first lap of Donington Park, taking out Long Boy Dan into McLean's. And yeah, we won't be hearing the last from Long Boy Dan. So a quick reminder on that one. So I don't think we can invite Sparky Man back, can we? Is there a way? Other than that, could be starting last. That's a tough blow for the man on board the R6. Soft option rear for Sergio 23. That's a fascinating choice. It looks like J-Anth has joined him. No, you can rejoin for the race, mate, absolutely. But for the qualifying, unfortunately, scuppered chances, it seems. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the 600cc qualifying, the final qualifying of the 600cc. And may I remind you, there is big points to be had here. It's very important that we get a good qualifying, and we have a great opportunity for a thrilling battle. Sacred Meerkat, of course, leading the championship into this one, just 2 points ahead of Jack Hammer. So, hands back on the controller. It's time to see what's happening here. So there is Sergio 23 on screen right now. Looks to be everyone through cleanly. That's a very pleasant surprise, actually. All riders going through cleanly. There's he... Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. And did we see Long Boy Dan and Meerkat? Oh, J-Anth touching the rear of Furhat. Good to see Furhat. Nope, he hasn't got the right leathers on, but it's still a better choice of leathers than the comparison from last time. So here is Mad Max, the number 56. Do believe he got on the podium a few days ago, if I'm not mistaken, in the other championship. So hopefully he's carrying that momentum into the DrAce British Superbike Championship for the final round. Sergio in second place on the gorgeous looking R6, of course, the Milwaukee R6. Jack Hammer 4658. I shouldn't really keep saying his name fully, but I've got into a habit of saying it. You know who Jack Hammer is, whether or not you include the 4658, but it's just a habit I've had for the 8 rounds. I read everything literally, so that's why when people write really bad English, I have a difficult time reading it, so yeah. That goes from the voice acting stuff in the past, I guess. But here is Jack Hammer, looking pretty promising in the final round of the championship. Very strong here in Brands Hatch, as we know. Of course, the first laps don't really matter too much, since they started from a standing start. Here is Fernandez 99. As mentioned earlier, I've got a little video courtesy from Jay Fernandez, which I'm quite looking forward to showing you. It's a very, very pleasant video. So I do look forward to showing that. I think I'll show that after the 600cc round, or even just before we start the race, because I will need a bit of time to set up the qualifying anyway. So yeah, shout out to Jay for doing something very pleasant and very surprising as well. Turpro says the Yamahas have that perfect look, aggressive in front and looks like it's taking off in the rear. I totally agree. I think the R6 is just ooze confidence and style. Whenever you look at the R6, I always think just it's the fastest bike. It might not be, and I don't think it is, but it just looks that way. It just looks so aggressive and so awesome. So I'm with you there too, bro. I totally agree. I do like the look of the Suzuki, but I don't find it as intimidating as the Yamaha. I think the R6 is a very pleasant bike to use as well. So I think if I had my opportunity, of course, to do this championship, I would have still chosen the R6. And given its championship standing, I think it would have been a good choice as well. So here is Rational on the Suzuki, of course. This is the livery that started all of it, to be honest with you. Sergio made that livery and then it went from there, and next thing you know we have a DrAce British Superbike Championship. So a pretty good start from the Belgian ace. Now back over to Sacred Meerkat. He will be the 600cc champion, providing that he does stay ahead of Jack Hammer. If he doesn't, he'll then succumb to losing the championship lead for the only time this season. I think the last time that's happened, really, that I can remember, was probably 2015 with Valentino Rossi. Oh, just making contact with Mad Max there. I think he's seen a gap. With Max being a little bit slower than Meerkat, I think he missed his opportunity to get through. So expect an aggressive Meerkat today. He is a little bit fearful that Jack's going to take over and dominate. So he's got to dig down deep and be rather aggressive. But back to my point earlier was, I think I think 2015 with Valentino Rossi was the last time I've seen someone lead the championship to the final round and then just lose it at the death. Of course, ignoring the controversy, I don't want to start that conversation now. I don't think we'll have any controversial moments here in the DrAce British Superbike Championship. I certainly hope not. All the guys here, all 10, are good, friendly people. Certainly people I'd like to race against myself, and even enjoy a championship aspect with them as well. Good evening, Rickard. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you here, and I'm glad you caught it live. Of course, big moment here in the championship, the final round. These are for the Andy Yates trophies. Of course, Yatesy being kind enough and pleasant enough to be the spokesperson, to be the sponsor of the championship trophies. So I do really appreciate Andy Yates, a subscriber for a long time, moderator in the Discord server, of course. The original number 57. Whoa, steady on, long boy down. The original number 57 is providing the trophies. So I am very grateful to Andy Yates, and I do very much look forward to seeing them. I'll be presenting them when I can. Right on cue, Andy Yates in the chat. Love hearts from our most respected ace. So here is Mad Max. Speaking about another long-standing ace, Mad Max, one of the first ones to join us. I've mentioned this before, messaged me a few times on Steam when I first started doing content on Ride 4 and has been here ever since, so always good to see the Belgian ace of Sergio. This is the Brazilian ace, of course. Oh, getting caught onto the rumble strip there. So into the final part now, into clearways and then into the Clark curve for Sacred Meerkat. He has caught up pretty quickly to Mad Max now. He probably could have left a little bit longer of a gap there a moment ago. So across the line, a 1:21.143 for Sacred Meerkat. Not sure if that's his fastest lap or if he's just about to get the cogs moving and get the gear and the machine working through. So we're not seeing much of Jayanth in this one. Unfortunately, don't really get to see too much of the number 11, but I'm hoping he can have a good showdown here today. Of course, a good championship position here would encourage him. Good to have some extra points in the bag. And there is, of course, Perky in pursuit. Let's have a little look on board. There's some more yellow flags ahead of us. Is that Meerkat and Max having another collision just ahead of us? Quick flick to see. Can't really tell, so I'm not entirely sure what's happened there. But here is Perky on board. Oh, a little bit late there for the Hawthorne bend. I think he might have been caught off guard there with Jayanth, who's suddenly struggling with the rumble strip glitch. If he just touches one of the rumble strips, everything will be fixed. Look at that front tyre. Good lord, what front tyre did he pick? Surely that's a glitch. God, and the rumble strip glitch, that's awful, isn't it? It's like walking through leaves. Let's get off that one for now. So here is Furhat in pursuit of Perky. Ahead of him is Jack on his final lap. He is. I would like to see him cross the line in a moment, just to get an indication of what lap times the young man from Newcastle under Lyme's doing. Ooh, matter of fact, Jack has crashed, and look at that intelligence. Love to see it. Love to see the sportsmanship. Get off the track and let the other riders get past. I love that. I cannot stress how annoying it is when someone just rejoins the track after messing up their lap and just completely ruins your lap. Max is down again. Not a good qualifying from Mad Max. He has pulled off the line there. Good to see. And here is Perky. 99,000 of a second up. He's got the old Fernandez time, it seems. So Sergio, I think he'll should screenshot this. Looks like he's won this one. Long boy down in second. Can you imagine if the championship finished like this way? Sergio winning, Dan in second, Jack in third. Would be a crazy finish. Long boy down was on a fast lap as we passed through there. Rational looking to see if he ends on a high here. And there is Sacred Meerkat behind. Now, out of the fast boys of our prodigious trio, I would imagine that Sacred Meerkat's going to put in a rapid lap time here. So across the line he goes. This is the championship leader, of course, across the line and slams into the barrier. It's a 1:21.552 for him. Fernandez has hit the old pause button, so it's not an improvement for him. Very, very messy qualifying, if I do say. It's not just me who's feeling the pressure, then, it seems. It's a very concerning moment here in the Championship. Vishnu says hello. Good evening, dude. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're ready for the final round of the DrAce British Superbike Championship. Mad Max is on the side of the road having some tea. And that is that. So that is your qualifying positions for the race. Now, bear in mind, there is only one man into the 120s, and that's Jack. That doesn't bode well for the competition. Interesting stat for the Championship. Quick screenshot there, ladies and gentlemen, so I can add up to the qualifying times in a moment. So relatively close apart from Jack's fastest lap. 3-second variation amongst the aces. 121.1 for Fernandez. Looks like that would put him in second. Yes, with Meerkat ever so close behind. So unfortunately, of course, Perky, we did miss him off in the 600cc after his race. I think his game froze or something like that. I should imagine that's what happened. And I think that's it. Look at those penalties coming in as well. Of course, they won't impact the qualifying session. It's just something part of the game. So I'm going to confirm the times. And I'm going to make a start organising the qualifying procedures, or for the race procedures in a moment. So we're going to do 15 and 20 laps. This is the final round, so let's end on a high. 15 in the 600s, 20 in the 1000s. Now I do hope we do get some good battles. We've always wanted a tight, close, contested finish. I do hope we get it here today, here in Brands Hatch. So I've just invited Perky back. I'll quickly bob back to the menu just to change a few things. Tyre wear will be on. Number of laps is 15. And we are good to go. So, quick sip of the beverage. I need that water today, guys. So as we wait for Sparky to join, I do believe I've just invited him, but I can soon invite him again. SparkyMan878, I'll invite you again, mate. Dalton Johns, of course. I don't know if he's streaming this final round, but I guess the first part of the stream is nothing to watch there. We're just sitting at the menu waiting. Hopefully there's no more issues for his game. And we can soon have him back. So how's the feeling, guys and gals, from Championship contenders to riders in the mid-pack to viewers at home? How is the tension? How is the pressure right now? We have a trophy on the line here. Now, something to add, but I don't want it to take away from our winner. We will be including 3 trophies for the podium. So for first, second and third, for both categories, they will all receive a championship trophy. But of course, we all want the main championship trophy. That is the number 1, the ace of the championship. We all desperately covered that. So I understand the pressure and the tension going into the final round. So with Sparky Man joining us, I do believe we can now ready up. More than welcome, Dalton. Good to have you back in the session. For anyone who has just joined, let me know. Would like to say hello to you. And of course, it would be nice to chat about the potential of this race that's upcoming. Just waiting for Max to prepare himself. And then we are going to get this one underway. Just need to do the qualifying, which we can now do. So I would like to take this moment to show you the video from Fernandez whilst I set up the qualifying. It's a very heartfelt message from Fernandez, and this is what I was trying to get across from the beginning and to make this championship special. And I think Fernandez's video really captures that feeling. So when asked to Fernandez, what does it mean to you to be part of the DrAce British Superbike Championship, Fernandez had this to say.
Twitter at All Join Jack, Facebook at Joining Jack. out on track. Incidentally, while we're mentioning such things, best wishes to Jay Fernandez, who used to ride number 99 in the Yamaha R6 Cup, and a former superstock racer who's surviving cancer, wants to get back into racing. So a big hello to you, Jay.
Excitement for me, and even some of those pre-race nerves again to a degree. The DrAce Championship has added meaning and some substance to racing online. You're literally up against some of the best players in the world, and being somewhat of an old man these days, I'm just pleased that I can be competitive still, especially as I'm old enough to be the dad of some of the guys I'm racing against now. And I just say to anyone thinking of giving something like this a go, just pick up your controller and give it a crack.
Big thank you to Fernandez for that one. Really enjoyed that video. Very special. That it means something in this championship, and it also means something to be to present you this content and to make something special amongst our races. It's a very heartfelt message, that one. So thank you to Jay Fernandez, and I hope you all feel that way. I hope you feel like it's something special to be part of this championship. I do really appreciate that, and it's something I'm looking forward to doing more of, just so we can keep building this bond and still making something extremely special. So thank you, Fernandez. I really do appreciate that, and I hope you guys feel the same. So guys, that's it. I think we are ready to start the 600cc race. Maybe this is mind games for Fernandez. Make everyone feel a bit nervous, a bit tense, so then he can just batter it through, because we are expecting a Fernandez 99 victory here today. We're due. It's time. Come on, Jay. Give what the fans want. Let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final round of the DrAce Championship. This is the final round of the 600cc races. This is Brands Hatch. I'm glad you all approved of Fernandez's video. I thought it was fantastic. He said it was a surprise for me, and he certainly did surprise me. So when anyone asks next time what does it mean to be racing online in our championship, we'll just show them that video. Oh, this is not looking good. We have another hang. Someone's game is about to crash. Providing it isn't mine, I'm okay. This is concerning. Yeah, we've been there, haven't we, Turpro? When the game hangs like this, it can only mean bad things. It's usually an internet issue. I hope it's not one of our 3 championship protagonists. Oh, we're good. Oh, we're good. Oh, hearts in mouths. Everything to add to the tension of tonight's stream. Absolutely unbelievable. Just... How's you nervous? Hey, Excalibur, I didn't see you in the chat there. And a Moinhorn, welcome to the stream, guys. Cheers. I need more water. You should have made that video longer. Yeah, that is intense, isn't it? Oh, Ruben, are you still alright to do the championship standings for me? I'll send you the stuff after the conclusion of the race. Of course, I always remember the aces. Top G, yeah, I'll take that. So right then, quick look through the order Well, Rational's been beaten. He hasn't gone for the medium rear, but Sergio and Jayanth have. I find that fascinating. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to hit screen record for this so I can got the footage for the end, and I can't believe it. We're about to go racing in the 600cc class for the final time. This is Brands Hatch. Quick reminder, championship standings are thus. Meerkat leads by 2 points. Fernandez trails by 13. This is down to one final round. 35 points up for grabs for a win. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Get me in the TV perspective. Fernandez off the line like a shot. Jackhammer's just fallen by the wayside a little bit. Lombardi's bumped. Oh, the championship leaders. Oh my God. There's contact. There's carnage. Is everyone good? Jackhammer was the one who suffered the most. Jackhammer down into the first corner. This is really big for the championship. This is important now. Meerkat got the dream. He got the dream start. If he holds it together, he could win this. Fernandez in second. We could still see the championship, the win in the championship that we're desperately waiting for. Longboy Dan, he's on it today. Looking to put aside the carnage and contact that he had in the previous round and put it all to bed. And start... Oh, careful. Careful, number 21. You don't want to start messing up now. Not when I'm on a streak of saying positive things. Meerkat's out like a shot. He's doing brilliantly done. This is exactly what we anticipated and expected from the number 29. Sergio from, wow, he was up to like 7th place to start this one off. Already up into 4th place. Excellent stuff from the number 23. How's Jackhammer getting on? He's down in 8th. 2.6 seconds behind Rational. Don't discount Jackhammer from chasing all the way through and getting back to the podium. It's pretty much whoever finishes ahead of the other will win the championship. And right now, Meerkat's on it. Spoke to Fernandez recently, said he wouldn't do anything stupid as he got super close to Meerkat there. Oh, I think he bailed out. I think he didn't want to risk it. He didn't want to be the one to accept taking out Meerkat. I don't think he fancied that. Fair play to Fernandez. I think he bailed out on that one. Anything to avoid contact with Ash. That was a smart decision, but Meerkat right now is on it. It's down to him. Dan's a second behind him. I think the last person that Meerkat wants behind him is the number 21. No disrespect to Dan, but I just do not think that's a good player to put behind Meerkat at this stage of the Grand Prix. Sergio 23 is on it. The R6 working wonders for both these men. Not teammates in the sense of points shared, but teammates in the sense of factory bikes. The R6 is working well in tandem at this stage of the Grand Prix. Gap is hovering around 1 second. Now, if Longboy Dan is going to go for the lunge, he's got to be very careful, if he gets close enough, of course, to make sure he doesn't make contact with the number 29. The Norfolk Nightmare so far, having a dream race. He won't be waking up in a cold sweat, providing nothing goes wrong. The nerves will be there, as we'll nip back down to Jackhammer. He's going to try and make his way through on Ferhat Ustag, of course. Oh, contact made with a Kawasaki, but going into turn 1, it's going to be brawn and brazen moves from the number 67 up into top 5 already as Ferhat pinches the spot from Perky. Perky still hanging there, from Rational. Rational's fallen back a little bit as well as Rational's trying to make the move through. Jackhammer riding a bit cautious somewhat. I expected him to just blast his way through, but he's... Oh, the wheelie glitch! Experienced that more times than none in Ride 4. But already up to 5th position is the number 67. Meerkat not exactly pulling away from Dan. 1.2, 1.1, it's still very much the same. Is the R6 the more superior bike round Brands Hatch? I guess we'll find out in another 12 lap times or so. Perky under pressure now from Jackhammer 46.58. I made the comment to Jack a few days ago in an interview, and I felt like he's the most ruthless and aggressive rider. Not in the sense of a negative, but in the sense of urgency and determination. And I think if, depending how quickly it gets past Perky, will prove my point. So we'll see what the number 67 can do. Of course, may not be with us for the next British Superbike Round-Off. For the next DrAce Championship, will probably more than likely be in MotoGP Esports. And hopefully getting his hand on a trophy there as well. But anyway, back over to the right-hand side for the first corner. Meerkat's doing his part of the business. It's down to Jack. Can he hope all is end of the bargain and try and win here in the 600cc? Oh, super close! Yellow lights out for both Perky and Jack. I wanted to see a better camera angle, but we didn't get it. As we'll get back on board with Jack Hammer, 46.58, the number 67, bringing on the power to chase down Perky. Quick reminder of the championship standings. He just trails by just at the slimmest margins of 2 points behind Sacred Meerkat. He's got through on Perky now. He'll slip back over to Perky. Smart, intelligent rider is Perky. I don't think he would have purposely got in the way of Jack there. So now into the Hawthorne bend. Wider line for Perky. Jack going for that tighter apex seems to have benefited him quite a lot. Next opportunity for Jack is Sergio 23. Quick look behind to Fernandez. Fernandez is actually following Jack Hammer's suit here. I'm going to try and tack his very good friend Perky. So into the left-hand side. Perky, the good, close compatriot of the number 99. Of course, both of these having their home race right now, so they know their circuit well, and it's certainly evident at this stage of the Grand Prix. Here comes Jack. Still following the progress of the number 67. The Belgian ace is ahead of him. The master behind the liveries. Oh, there's a yellow flag for Perky. Had such a great race there. Up into the top 5, top 4 temporarily. But has fortunately fallen by the wayside. We'll have to do battle with Furhat, who's just a little bit further ahead. Quick check on Sparky Man. Of course, missed the qualifying session due to a connection error. But it's good to see the man on board the R6 is still here. Mad Max having somewhat of a disaster on the ZX6R. He's down 21 seconds behind the leader, so not ideal for the man on the screens temporarily. Quick mention of the championship standings again. There it is on the screen. 129 points for the number 29. This would be a victory. This would be the championship for Sacred Meerkat. Jack Hammer doesn't want to let this one go. Of course, victorious recently in the EU Superbike Championship. So he's already tasted that success. It's time for Meerkat to have that same success here today, wouldn't you think? I don't think Jack Hammer would agree. Sergio on his fastest lap so far. I always find that when someone like Jack or Meerkat or Fernandez is pushing you, you do tend to chuck in your fastest lap times. And good depiction here of what we're seeing from Sergio 23, indicative of his true performance when racing with the toughest of aces. So the gap 2.3 seconds. There is Jack already attacking into turn 1. Sergio 23 still on the tail of the number 67. Does he go for a lunge into Druids? It's a tight corner. Certainly not close enough yet. Jack Hammer is on it. This shows the level of the number 67. If Jack comes through and wins this one, this is going to be unbelievable. Certainly a performance to write home about. The man on the Triumph is looking pretty solid at this stage of the Grand Prix. Still plenty of laps left here in Brands Hatch. So there is Longboy Dan holding his own in second. Very smart and calm race so far for the man who's representing Isle of Man. You're absolutely right there, Turpro. The 765 is a monster. Sorry, yeah, I've just said it as well. I read it literally, mate. The 675, the MB Augusta, and the Kawasaki's, of course, just over the 600cc limit. So here is Jack Hammer, 52 thousandths of a second down. That means he's putting in a fast, consistent pace lap times. 3.84 seconds is the gap to Meerkat. We'll keep an eye on that one. But for now, just need to see some... Whoa! What's happened to Dan? Oh, Ryan Vickers crash-esque there, going into the final corner. I've seen that live, actually, last year when Ryan crashed in that particular point. That looks almost identical. The only difference is his bike didn't go barrel rolling into the pit wall, or to the wall, should I say. God, that was scary. That was a concerning moment. But championship standing still on the screen. You've seen it enough times now. Now we need to see who's going to end up on top. Meerkat. How's the nerves? How's the pressure? Can he hold on? The Norfolk Nightmare. Can he do the business here in the 600cc Championship? He said it was over after after the game crashed. Was livid. Longboy Dan took him out in the 1000cc's. Expected that one to be over, but he's proving today that it isn't quite over, and you should never, ever accept defeat. And that's exactly what Meerkat's doing right now. 3.6 seconds ahead of Jackhammer. So he's going to have to take some big chunks away to have a chance of a scrap with the number 29. At 1 minute 7:04. What's Jackhammer's sector time? Unfortunately, the game didn't tell us. So we'll stay with Meerkats to get him across the line. On board, the MV Augustus looked so smooth, so promising. Across the line, it's a 1:21.273 across the line for Jack. A 1:21.039, so it's in the favour of the man from Newcastle. The young man on a mission to chase down one of his biggest rivals here in the DrAce British Superbike Championship. Sergio 23 is under pressure. I can't see from that camera angle. It's the worst camera when I get that. Oh, Fernandez is through. Whether there was a bit of argy-bargy there with Sergio 23, I didn't actually see any contact in the sense of the lights there. As Longboy Dan has had a second crash of this session, from great to bad for the number 21. Hammer time, says Alessandro, member of the DrAce pit crew, of course. He's enjoying this one at home. If you want to be part of the DrAce pit crew, then consider joining on the channel there for the channel membership. So as we're going to get a very small laps in race here, quick look behind us. Both Sergio and Fernandez were off the track temporarily there. 3.5 seconds it is behind Jack. Fernandez, as we know, fast as anything around this circuit. Is he going to be close enough? What is Sergio's rear tyre? 37% on the rear, 54 to Fernandez. Yeah, good spot there, Ruben. He is wearing away that rear tyre. Now, was it J-Amp who also went for the medium? It is 38% for the rear as he just temporarily keeps the bike on track. He's 0.4 of a second down to his fastest time. You're absolutely right, fans. The chase is indeed on. Oh, as Mad Max has had a disaster on board the ZX6R. Not what we expected from the Brazilian ace. Of course, our only representative in this DrAce Championship, but Jack is not taking enough time away from Meerkat at this stage of the Grand Prix. Now, Ruben, you're the genius behind the maths. 1/10 of a second, 0.2 of a second is not enough to chase down the three seconds that Meerkat has right now. The pressure is on. 1.5 seconds it is to Sergio to Fernandez. Good consistent pace coming in from the Belgian ace. Rhyming accidentally. Liking that very much. As the number 23 is on it. Of course, this would definitely secure 4th place of the championship for Sergio 23, and as he's said many times before, this would be the best of the rest. The best of the non-aliens, as we call them. I like to call them the prodigious trio. The Titanic Triumvirate. We have our 3 fantastic aces in the lead right now. The exact same championship standings as we're expecting for the 600cc championship. Nerves are certainly there for both Meerkat and Jack. Fernandez, as mentioned in the pre-video. Of course, nerves are a thing for the DrAce British Superbike Championship. A red light popped up for Jack there, meaning he has been off the track ever so slightly. Up by 30,000 of a second in the first split. Now the gap has come down to 3 seconds. Now something I've always mentioned, and I will still continue to mention, when you get that gap below a second, you break the resolve of the rider behind. This time it's kind of the other way around. If Meerkat gets underneath 3 seconds, he might start to panic. He might have it in the back of his mind. If Jack gets under 3 seconds, he gets more momentum. He starts piling through, starts chucking in more speed, but also can be drawn into mistakes. Another red light popping up to Jackhammer. A red light popping up for Fernandez. This one is far from over. We may see 5 more laps on the screen, but it's right now looking to be in the favour of the number 29. Jack using all of the circuit there. Meerkat on it. Brilliant stuff this is. This is tense though. This is really tense. I'm getting a little bit nervous now. The knee's going to tremble, my foot is bouncing, the hands are beginning to shake. There's a lot of tension in this one, guys and gals. This is the final round of the DrAce Championship. The 600cc race, so far, is certainly delivering. 50% on the front and 42 for the rear for Jack. 47 for the front and 45 for the front and rear for Meerkat. So super, super close. Jack himself said he couldn't find the differences between these two. Hard to distinguish the difference between the Meerkat and Jackhammer. Fire and ice. The fire being Jack. The ice, cold, Rocket Man, Sacred Meerkat. And of course we have the lightning star to Fernandez 99. The prodigious trio putting on a show and certainly a story to tell for this round here today. So, I'm going to slowly back out from this here and see what's happening behind us. God forbid I miss anything. 6 seconds it is to down to Sergio. 0.7 of a second is Perky chasing down Furhat. I'll certainly be keeping my eye on this battle, which will eventually brew in the culmination of the final round here. Red light for Sacred Meerkat. God forbid that the light situation does certainly gets you nervous for no reason sometimes. It could probably be the slightest touch of the gravel upon the exit of a corner, but it certainly has you worried, doesn't it? So is Perky still in range for an attack? I look forward to seeing this battle. Furhat, of course, on board the ZX6R. And, excuse me, the voice went there for a second. And Perky, also on the same motorcycle, is looking for a chance to attack. The gap has come down to 1.7 seconds. What has happened to Meerkat? Yellow flag for Perky. What's happened there? Ah, Perky, come on. Really wanted to see Perky put a good battle there with Furhat. What happened to me? I knew the second I pulled away from this, something had happened. Maybe I don't think I can, but penalty time for Jack. That's something to pay attention to. How much penalty does Jack have? That could be massive for the end of this race. Fernandez 4.6 seconds. Apologies for flicking through the names so quickly. I'm just trying to see the gaps in a better light. 2 seconds is the gap now. So he lost a second in that moment. 1.6 is the gap. Oh, the tension. I'm commentating this. You guys are watching at home. How do these two feel right now? The prestige of winning the DrAce Championship. We know what it means to these riders. To get their hands on the Andy H trophy. It's all down on the line here. 3 more intense laps to go here in Brands Hatch. Jackhammer, as apart from the beginning, which I don't believe is his fault, it's not been a foot wrong from him. Little bit wide there onto the green there. That does net you some penalty time. Be careful, number 67. The Norfolk Nightmare, number 29, still on board. Still looking promising. Into the Hawthorne Bend. Up again in the sector times. That's a good start for Meerkat. If you want to try and push back against Jackhammer and break his resolve, keep pushing forward. Keep improving the lap times. It's the only way to stop him from pursuing you. Meerkat's been on it. Fernandez would have loved to seen him battle up there a little bit longer in the front part, but I think he bailed out on the move on Sacred Meerkat. Didn't want to be the reason to end the championship prematurely. And you've got to respect that. Would love to hear back from Fernandez after the end of this one, just to hear what his opinions are. Would like to have a chat with all 3 of these guys actually at the end of this one. It's been very enjoyable and certainly put a show for us today. So, across the line, rub your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the penultimate lap. 1:21.343, and unfortunately wasn't quick enough to see Jackhammer's lap time. But the tension is palpable. Can you feel it, ladies and gentlemen? The nerves, the moments of tension is just unbearable. I get nervous. You've seen my heart rates in some of the videos I've made just against the AI. Racing online is a different beast. I get really nervous. And these two right now, if their hands aren't shaking, then hats off to them. They truly are the legends of Ride 4. Famous, not infamous, for both of these men. And they are just displaying a masterclass performance here today. 1.5 seconds it is. Jackhammer looked a little bit wide there. 1.7 it is for him. 1.5. I think Jack needs more laps, but even then, is Meerkat going to yield this one? He really was livid last week that he lost the connection in the game, or at least the game froze on him. What a return to form it is to Meerkat. I cannot pull away from this battle. There is battles behind. Sparkyman and Furhat are at it, but I'm sorry, it will have to wait. Meerkat and Jack. Quick reminder of the championship standings. It's literally Whoever finishes ahead of the other will win the DrAce British Superbike Championship of the 600cc category. The MV Augusta versus the Triumph. Norfolk versus Newcastle. Who's going to be the top of the 600cc class? Right now, it's Advantage Meerkat. Couple of love. Oh, that's more penalty for Jack if you're not careful there. Getting across into that green bit just slaps you with penalty. And he already has quite a chunk. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. The heart rate is pounding for me. I hope you're enjoying your popcorn at home. Popcorn at home, ladies and gentlemen. That's a tough word to say. The popcorn at home. Because this has been a treat for us all. Jack again deep onto the rumble strip. A couple of more corners to go now for the Sacred Meerkat. Dingledell up into the right once more for the final time of asking for the most difficult sector of Brands Hatch. Surtees has been tackled. Now into Sterling's for the final time of asking. Clear ways straight. Then into the final corner. Ladies and gentlemen, we declare a winner of the 600cc class. The DrAce British Superbike Championship has gone to the way of Sacred Meerkat. Brilliant performance for the number 29. Jack Hammer finishes in second. A thrilling, intense championship that is just filled with absolute excitement. I hope you're fist bumping at home, Meerkat. You have dominated proceedings here today. Shout out to Jack Hammer. Shout out to Fernandez for providing a brilliant show. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. He looked like he was done and dusted last week, but he's done it. He's finished it. Unbelievable. We see the rest of the riders. I do apologise to the rest of the guys. We didn't see much action from them. It's all down to one man. Sacred Meerkat, take a bow. Stand up on both legs and cheer. Oh my God. Sacred Meerkat took the... Oh, Jesus, that's intense. The game did the freeze again. Unbelievable. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I need more water. That was insane. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, there it is. Sacred Meerkat, take a bow. You are the DrAce British Superbike RM600 champion. Unbelievable. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. We might have not seen the battle that we would have wanted in sense of intense fighting, chopping and changing, up on the inside, round the outside. But what we did see was just two incredible riders dueling with lap times. Unbelievable. I'd love to know what happened to Jack in that first part. There was a lot of carnage. I'll certainly be watching that one back. I do hope nothing unjust happened. But yeah, Jack, let me know. Bravo to Sacred Meerkat. Incredible. I will take a screenshot and send that to our legendary ace, Ruben. Janth took him out. Jesus. Good Lord. Where are you, Ruben? Where are you, Ruben? Bear with me 1 second. By all means, guys, have 5 minutes if you want. You are excused. How was the nerves, Meerkat? How did you feel then? Were you nervous? Were you tense? Oh my God, Ruben's done it already. Unbelievable. God bless you, Ruben. You are a legend. Just need to... So. Just a bit. My God, my hands would have been shaking like mad. My hands are shaking now, and I only commentated it. So, final championship standings. Sacred Meerkat with 164.7 points ahead of Jack Hammer 46.58. 143 for Fernandez 99, which secures him 3rd place in the championship and secures him an Andy H trophy. And Sergio 23 finished in 4th place and secured him the best of the rest, the best of the non-prodigious trio. But what I am pleased to see in this race is the lap times looking a lot closer than what we've seen in qualifying. That is a pleasant sight to see. So I think if we're ready to move on, I'm ready to start on the next session. Thank you for the fantastic sportsmanship as well there, guys. I do really appreciate that, and I'm proud to say that graphic got used today. Didn't use the Jackhammer graphic, didn't use the Fernandez graphic. Will we get to use it in the RM1000 class, which is coming up very, very soon? Wow, that was tense. That was absolutely tense. Oh, man. That was just fantastic. I loved that. I absolutely loved it. Felt like a real commentator for a second there. I got so intense. It makes you think, is the fast lap worth any points? No, it is not. They don't do that in BSB. So without the game freezing Meerkat, you would have still kept the 3-second advantage. Well, I mean, I'm glad it happened because it certainly made it intense. So Jayanth is out of there to change his bike. 6 laps in the qualifying for the next session. Apologies we moved on so quickly there, Meerkat. Yeah, certainly. Yep, I'll invite you now for... So, when you got close to... Oh, yeah, you said, I don't know why I closed the Nash so fast. I was like, oh, no. Yeah, I thought that was very heroic of you there, Fernandez. And I would like to think, no matter who it would have been, I think you would have done the same thing. As we discussed in our little interview a few weeks ago, you're just that kind of guy. You would rather sacrifice yourself than taking someone out, and I think that was evident today. And honestly, taking out Meerkat there would have just been horrendous. It would have been absolutely awful. So I'm glad you took the high road and sacrificed yourself. Well, don't forget, if you are a Jackhammer fan, do not be disappointed because he still has a chance to claim the Andy H trophy in the 1000cc championship. So do not worry, he will be absolutely fine. So invite Longboy Dan. I can see Mad Max is there. Invite Perky. Is Rational still there? I think he is, yeah. I can't see when I open the screen like this. I'll just let me know who needs an invite, I guess. The sacrifice. So what happened to you, Jack, in the first part? Did Sergio says Jayanth hit you? I guess from what we discussed, it was your starts that you wanted, isn't it? You needed that good start today. Now, if we did have more rounds of the championship, we wouldn't have had that excitement today. Maybe we would have had it for a different round. Who knows? Ah, did we enjoy that? I need some water. I will wait till the next opportunity to do so. Ah, that is the worst. We didn't quite get the Hopper and Hill battle that we wanted, Jack. But we had it in a different form of a duel, didn't we? And it was still very intense. I hope you watched that one back, Meerkat, because that was great. I think you'll be watching that one back a few times. Excuse me, sorry. Ah, Rational. I thought I'd invited you. Sorry, mate. I thought I'd already seen you in the game. Apologies. Here you go. Yeah, absolutely, Ruben. If you want to chuck that in the Discord chat, you can do so. I don't mind. You should watch that one and re-watch it back. Excuse me, many times, Meerkat. It was a good performance. I did say to you earlier, you never know. You can never guarantee what's going to happen in racing. In the I can't speak. In the DrAce British Superbike Championship or even any race form, you really can't predict what's going to happen. So, let me just check I've done everything. Modern RM1000, 6 laps in the qualifying session. Transmission is free, tyre wear is off. We're pretty much good. So, waiting for everyone to ready up, and then we can crack on. Yeah, there's just... I feel sorry for Jack, I really do, because I really wish we could have had that battle we wanted. But I guess it's no different from you being taken out by Longboy Dan. Speaking of Longboy Dan, penalty for the number 21. What a segue that is. Irresponsible riding in lap 1 of Donington Park in the RM1000 class. I think Dan knows what he did. We'll not discuss it anymore. So it will be a 3-place grid penalty for the number 21. So that will be coming up in the qualifying in a moment. Qualifying is just about to start, Kathy, but this is for the RM1000 class. You just missed the 600cc class. I wouldn't look at the comments, otherwise it will spoil it for you. I'm probably likely to spoil it as well, but I'll try not to, just in case. So, yeah. So, momentum on someone's side. And we'll see if they can do it in the next part of the session. So, qualifying is about to start. Everyone's readied up with the right livery. I do hope there's no connection issues again. Would hate for Sparky Man to miss out on qualifying twice. And, yeah. So we can start. Oh, my cat has come to see me. Hello, Blue. Yep, he did just miss a fantastic race in the 600cc class. Very intense. Yeah, oh, yes, very intense. And there it is. Full. I would like to use that graphic, or I'll make a graphic from that one, Ruben, so I can display all the race positions throughout the championship. And it really does show the talent we have within our prodigious trio. So just waiting for Sergio23 to ready up and Longboy Dan. Then we can start the final round of the DrAce British Superbike Championship. Certainly glad I recorded that one. Right then, let's ready up. So while I've got this this qualifying soon, I've got a little video to show you after this one. Got one of the onboard laps for you to share. Now we did one already in Brands Hatch, but I decided to make something a little bit different for Brands Hatch this time. So we'll see that one very, very soon. So, back over to Brands Hatch once again. Okay then, cool. Cheers, Kathy. As I say, I'm very likely to spoil it, but if I think on, I'll try not to. So beware of that. Don't hold me over a barrel, because I'm very likely to spoil it. And we've got the hang again. We've got the hang. Is someone going to get booted? Let's see what happens. It's alright, Dalton. Hey, we're through. We're safe. God, it's so annoying that, isn't it? Yeah, I appreciate that, Ruben. We'll be doing the 1000cc. I know I did all the graphics for the other ones as well, the 600s and the 1000, of course. And every single time I would go over it constantly, 3 or 4 times. Yeah, that looks fine to me. The second I posted the Discord server, oh, I see an issue. Take it straight back out and do it again and you see another issue. I don't know how it works, but it just works. And also, with the championship standings, is it me or it looks slanted? I went through with the grid. Everything is straight, but it just looks slanted. And I don't know why it looks slanted. I don't know. Is it just me? It's definitely not slanted though, because when I did a grid, it actually hits all the points. Either the grid is wrong, or it's slanted. I have no idea. But anyway, qualifying it is. Hard options, medium rears in there. A soft rear for Jayanth, that's brave. Ah, no tyre wear I guess, but the rear tyre is going to heat up pretty quickly. So, yeah. See how you feel about that one. Well, Fernandez, one more chance to win in the DrAce British Superbike Championship. This is the one. Yellow flags already. What's happened there? You can't crash on the start. Come on, boys and girls. There's Longboy Dan up on the inside. Bit of argy-bargy there as Jack Hammer Fires through. Oh, a bit of contact there with Mad Max. Where did Mad Max go? He's still there. There is Giant. Bit of a wheelie as he bumps into the side of the number 56. Yellow flag for Dan. Not sure why. Sergio 23. He's been down. No. Giant. Well, there's a lot of yellow flags here. This is rather misleading. Why have we got so many yellow? What's happening? Oh, I'm good to see it's just my eyes, which is also concerning as well. So I'll take that with a pinch of salt then, Andy. I don't want to get too stressed about that. So Fernandez into the lead. He'll be looking for those fast-paced qualifying lap times, the number 99. And there is Jack and Meerkat. So with the points on offer, 35 points for the victory, 30 points for second and 27 for third, it is possible for Meerkat to do the double today. Can he? Can he do it against Jackhammer? You need a bloody big performance to do that. And you need some bad times for Jack. We've seen it before. So who knows what's going to happen. But we'll keep an eye on the championship standings as we go. Furhat's had a crash. There he is down into the first corner. The MCE Ducati will be looking worse for wear. Where is Sparky, man? I've seen he had a yellow flag, but I think it's just that glitch of the yellow lights. Oh, someone's gone down there on the straight. Is that Furhat a second time? Who was that? It was either Perky or Rational. Went down on the dip there from turn 1 up to Druids. A little bit concerning. It's actually very steep there. When I went to Brands Hatch last year, stood around near that corner, and my goodness, it is extremely steep. The game does a good job capturing it, but it still wasn't quite as deep as I was expecting in real life. So the number 67 has been on the background of the 1000cc championship banner every single round, meaning that he's led from the beginning. Oh, that was a bloody good effort to save it, but unfortunately, Jack crashing into the right-hander there of Sheens. That was a scary moment. Does get out the way for the other riders, so Sergio 23 will get through. But hasn't lost the lead in this championship at any point. Could we see Jack fumble it at the end? Will he go on with flying colours and take over at the front, or at least keep at the front for this championship? So a quick flick through. There is Mad Max, the fastest bike of the game, the Ducati Panigale V4R. Rapid quick, this bike. Actually not a big fan of using it myself, but my god, is it fast. It's a bit of a bugger to use, and I think Max is finding that, actually. I think he might have been more suited to one of the other bikes, as the Suzuki was his original choice. But it's always good to see Mad Max, regardless of whatever bike he chooses. Go to really tight the apex for 30s. Nice clear line for the number 56, of course. Let's get on board with Max for a lap round Brands Hatch. Second quicker going into the Hawthorne bends. I'll be running it a little bit deeper here. Line the bike up, straight up. Then back over to the Westfield bend for the right-hand side. Nice and tight to the apex. Careful not to run it too deep, because you do risk of going onto the grass here for Dingle Dell. Then back over to the right as we go to the tightest part of the apex. Clipping the elbow for Sheens. Love to see it. And back over to the left for the tightest part of Sterling's. Good solid lap time coming in from Max. Like to see our Brazilian ace doing well and looking more promising on the Panigale than he did in the 600cc class. So good stuff from Mad Max as he'll now charge down the straight and across the line. He will go to get himself a 1:22.608. So back over now, we'll have a look at Sergio 23, the man with a Milwaukee Aprilia. Says a lot of good praise about that bike. It is a nice bike to see in action. Do love the wings on the Aprilia. Out of all the bikes that got the wings, I think the Aprilia does a very nice job of making it look tasteful. And with Sergio's design, very nice idea. So there is Jackhammer 67, of course. Where did he go wrong in this lap? No, I think he must have... Yeah, he abandoned the previous lap, didn't he, when he had a moment. So now he's 7/10 of a second up. But I think with the speed... smart decision from Long Boy Dan. Don't forget, of course, Long Boy Dan does have a penalty in this session, so making more contact in this one would not be ideal. So smart decision from the number 21 to bail out the way. On board the Honda, of course. Not the lap he's looking for in this one, but he has just bailed out the way to let Jackhammer through. So praise given for the man from Isle of Man. So flicking through, here is Perky. Received some very nice messages from the number 80 just recently. He has really, really enjoyed his time with us in this session. In all of the sessions, as a matter of fact. He's certainly impressed me with his potential, his attitude, and his positivity towards the championship. And I'm glad we could provide this entertainment for the number 18. He's more than welcome to join us back again for the future championships. Here is Sparky Man, originally a stand-in, now full-time rider in the BSB Championship. Good to see him here. Shame that he missed the 600 qualifying early due to a qualifying issue, but has not really picked the friendliest bike. It seems a bit awkward to say and odd to say, but the R1 is not the most comfortable bike to use within this championship. There's some more nimble and friendlier bikes. This is only referring to Ride 4, by the way. Of course, not indicative of what's happening in real life, but the R1 is not as smooth to ride as some of the others. At least, I personally didn't think so myself. So through the order, we've not really looked at J-Anth today. Of course, on board the BMW S1000RR. Big fan of the BMWs, as you know. Would have liked to see it up a bit higher, but he's still doing a stellar job. So, fair play to the Indian, playing in pretty much the middle of the night, just to be part of this championship. Got to give credit where credit is due for the number 11. So, Sacred Meerkat is into Druids then for the final time of asking of this qualifying session. Jackhammer in pursuit. Almost looks identical to what we've seen in the 600cc race just 20 minutes ago. A warm front tyre for Meerkat. Is Jack's tyre going to go that warm? Not quite as warm. Incredible consistency for the number 67. He did go a little bit wide there, and Fernandez has done the same. But Fernandez has bailed out of this lap time to let Sergio get on through. I would say Fernandez is probably going to stop and practice his starts, but I really don't think he needs to. His starts are absolutely wicked. Rapid starts. The Mr. Lightning himself, Fernandez 99. So here comes Perky. What's his split going to be up as we go into the Pilgrim's Drop? Panigale V4R will be using its power. A massive torque on the Ducati. As we get across the sector time, I lost a 1/10 of a second. Sparky Man to follow. Up by a 1/10. Max lost connection? I don't believe so. Max is still very much here. He might have moved out of the way for some riders. Sergio 23 had a crash. Seen a yellow flag out somewhere. It looked like it was on Sergio's name, but big wheelie for Sacred Meerkat. Of course, momentum on his side tonight. He'll be looking to improve upon tonight and get a bit further up in the 1000cc. What's happened to J-Anth as he just spins through the distance? Rational in 10th. Good to see what... So does anyone use a motorcycle sim rig? I don't believe so. I think everyone's just on controllers. What controllers they use is up for grabs. I have absolutely no idea. As Ferhat and J-Anth are showing off their lack of skills as they both crash doing wheelies. And Ferhat has completely lost the plot with the MCE Ducati. Two riders putting on a show for us and the back there. So, Jackhammer, fastest man on circuit. Sacred Meerkat just 0.3 per second behind. Fernandez just a 1/10. So Fernandez will be second place. Sergio 23, keyboard for him. Joystick next. As Rational put in a 1:19.8. Sergio 1:19.8 as well. Lone Boy Dan not putting the lap time in that I expected. And of course with the 3 position grid penalty, it's not going to put him very positive for this next race. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but that is the qualifying session. Oh, Jay. You did the best lap ever, and then Jack goes faster. Typical, isn't it? It just shows your level, though, Jay. Just bear that in mind. Shows how damn fast you are. I play on a Wii remote. God, can you imagine playing on a Wii remote? For one, there's just not enough buttons. For two, gyroscopic controls suck for racing games. And B, linear button press. Not ideal, is it? So, back over to the menu. Lobby options it is for the Art Modern RM 1000. 20 laps here in Brands Hatch. Tyre wear is on. Works fine for Mario Kart. Yeah, why not? I prefer to still use the controller. Do I need to change anything, or are we all good? Guess we'll wait for everyone to ready up. I don't get those people who use steering wheel for bike games. Just so you know, you're wrong. It should never work. I hate the idea of it. I know Liam, if you're watching, Liam, I know you're going to be ruining the day I ever said that. But then I guess you'll go for a smoke and everything will be all right anyway. Right then, let's do it. Waiting for Max, waiting for Furhat, and we can crack on. Ruben, tuck in on the Wii remote. Anyone tuck in on the controller when they're playing? I don't think I've ever done it. I know me and Sergio discussed this ages ago, and I don't think he minds me discussing this with you guys. But he actually sticks his leg out when playing the game. I tend to do the same when I press firm on the brake. I sort of tense my body up and I sort of sit up in the chair. So I think we all have our weird quirks and habits when playing Ride 4 or any of the bike games, of course. Right then, I'm going to proceed. 20 laps, consumption is on. I need some more water. Excuse me. Dan's using the right analog stick for throttle. I think Fernandez does the exact same thing, you know. It's not something I want to do, but the last time I did that was MotoGP 13 on the PS Vita. So quite a while ago. 10 years ago, as a matter of fact. Right then. Mind your leg doesn't get run over. Yes, absolutely. Got to be careful of that. Loris Baz found out the hard way. So, I didn't take a picture. I had to get the screenshot back up. Where are you? Right. So, I am going to set up the qualifying now. So I would like to show you an onboard footage lap of Brands Hatch. But this time, with a surprise. Hi guys, and welcome to Brands Hatch. This time we are on board with me, on board the Yamaha R1. I thought for the last one, make it special and have my lap here in Brands Hatch. I certainly would have liked to compete, but I've preferred to do the commentary, of course. Anyway, back to the business at hand. We're going into the Graham Hill bend for the left-hand side, nice and tight to the apex as we bring on the power and just get caught on the rumble strip ever so slightly. To the left for Surtees, and then we'll start the big long run for the Pilgrims Straight all the way down to the Pilgrims Drop just under the bridge. So charging down this long straight in preparation for the braking zone down here to the right hand side for the Hawthorne Bend. And as we start bringing on the power, we need to keep over to the left hand side and prepare ourselves for the braking marker for the Westfield Bend. And as we go into the right, we're going to run it a little bit deep and then bring it back over for Dingle Dell and then up to the right hand side once more for Sheens right here as we clip the apex ever so slightly. Back across to the left hand side to Stirlings, and then we'll start the straight for Clearways and then finally go to the Clark Curve for the final corner, for the final race, for the final round in the championship of the DrAce BSB competition that we have had. And it's been absolutely fantastic. Do hope you enjoyed the lap, and I hope you enjoyed the content. Well, this is a unique situation. Due to the penalty from Longboy Dan, I think he actually starts last because of the riders who were actually a little bit quicker than him. So I think Dan's probably had his worst qualifying of the season here. This is quite crazy. 122.357 for Max. And where is Jayanth? So, yeah. Where's Sparky Man? Actually, I've not put Sparky Man. 121, so it's... Yeah, this is a strange situation. Didn't expect Dan to be that far down, but unfortunately he's at the back of the grid. Wow, that penalty has been massive. Crazy. Are you as well? Are you with the right analog stick there, Perky? I didn't know that. That's crazy. I guess each one to their own, of course. What's the question, Sergio? We need to see a lap time there, Ace. Oh, it wasn't anything impressive. I think it was a 1:21.6 or something like that. It's nothing. I did that one lap and I moved over. I think it was way down on the leaderboard as well. It wasn't very good, I know that much. I did one lap and I was like, yeah, that'll do for the video. And then when I went to the leaderboard, I was like, oh my god, that's bad. I'll tell you what, I'll do some laps. We'll make a video out of it this week at some point. Well, the penalty for Longboy Dan is only 3-place grid. It's just that he qualified 9th or 8th. That's the only reason he's at the back of the grid. It's nothing. It's nothing like changed. It's still the consistent penalty of being 3-place penalty in the grid. Damn it! I didn't get my water. Sorry guys, but I will need water for this. So bear with me 1 second. I don't know what to entertain you with, so I'll just leave you with silence. I'll be back in a moment. I have returned. Meerkat still holding a grudge. I don't think it's a grudge. It's a disdain. It's a hatred. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start the final round of the championship. This is Brands Hatch. This is round 8. This is the showdown. This is the conclusion of the DrAce British Superbike Championship. Who's going to be on top? Jackhammer, will he win the 1000cc? Will Fernandez win his first race of the championship? Or will Sacred Meerkat stand on the top step and will something happen to Jack, thus making him the champion? Ladies and gentlemen, enough questions. Let's start the race. So here we are in Brands Hatch. Meerkat says go Fernandez. I want a Fernandez win. A lot of us want a Fernandez victory. Let's see what happens. Rub your hands together, guys and gals. This is going to be a good one. Can feel it. Can tell already. Fernandez is going to start in second place, but I can guarantee he gets the whole shot. He'll be out like a shot. The man's lightning when it comes to starts. But after 8,000 hours of public lobbies, I guess you should be. So, no pressure, Jay. No pressure at all. Rickert says good luck all. Turpro says good luck all. And I'll join you on that one. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a great race. Good luck, riders. To all 11 of you. To anyone else who's been part of the championship, whether you've been a stand-in, whether you've watched at home, whether you've subscribed or become a member, I want to say I appreciate everyone's participation in this championship. It's been fantastic. And I long for the next one. I hope it isn't going to be too long. And of course, in the future, who knows what's going to happen for our championship. So guys, that's it from me. Let's make a start. No risks on the rear tyres. Everyone's on the hard. I'm going to hit the record button. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackhammer from pole. He leads the championship. Is he going to stand at the top of the step victorious here today? So here we go. Starting the race. Jackhammer into first. Not really. Fernandez dropped to second. It's Furhat who's flew out like a shot, as always, on the Panigale V4, but has unfortunately made a mistake and has given up the lead already. Fernandez and Meerkat trying to squeeze into the second corner for Druids as we go into the Graham Hill bend for the right-hand side. Excuse me, I was right. Left-hand side as Fernandez in pursuit of Jack already. A red light flashing up for Jack means he was off the circuit ever so slightly there. But the man on a mission, leading the championship by just 10 points, is in exactly the spot where he wanted to be. 2/10, 3/10 behind is Fernandez, 99. 4/10 as that gap is beginning to open up. Sacred Meerkat's just lost a position to Furhat. The Panigale V4R, of course, rocket ship around this Brands Hatch. Oh, leaning on Meerkat there. You can't really fit two riders into the right-hand side for Dingle Dell. But we kind of almost did. Impressive stuff. for both men on the screen right there. Oh, someone's down there. It's Long Boy Dan from last place in the grid. It's been no good for him. Sergio 23 got caught up in that as well, as Fernandez is still in pursuit of the number 67. Half a second it is for Jack. 4/10, 3/10. Don't bear in mind, Jack doesn't need to win this race to be the champion. Just needs to finish ahead or not give Meerkat the victory for him to finish in third. So pretty much, Jack, finish on the podium, you've got the job done. Might not be as intense as the 600cc race, but we're only 2 laps in of 20. Who knows what'll happen here in the 1000cc. So Meerkat getting dropped a little bit from Fernandez and Jack. These two are on a roll. The Panigale 1299 looking pretty promising around the fantastic circuit of Brands Hatch. So to the left-hand side they go, bringing on the power. 4/5 of a second. Quick change of direction. That small flick into the Pilgrim's drop. Certainly entertaining for the fans to see. As just missed the helmet cam that I wanted there. Look at that. You can take away the stuff. But we need to see that on the screen, so put it back on. So to the right then for Westfield Bend. 30 degrees temperature here, so it was a smart decision for the riders to go for hard front and hard rear. So we go to the tightest part of the circuit there, into Sheens. Back over to the left for Sterling's. Do we clip the apex again? Pretty much near enough for Fernandez 99. Of course, Jay being grateful for the opportunity to race in this championship, but we are just as grateful for him being part of it. Certainly put up some impressive racing throughout the 8 rounds in this championship already. It's a 119 flat, near enough for the number 99, as he begins his pursuit of Jackhammer 46.58 into turn 2. Both riders are a little bit wide there. I kind of favour the tighter line, but actually watching the way they went, a little bit misleading. I don't think it was particularly wide. I think that's just their preferred line for Druids. So back over to Meerkat, losing the front a little bit. Of course, happy enough today. Don't think he was going to be this happy or imagined being this pleased as he woke up this morning. So keep an eye on the number 29 for now. He's not really chasing down Fernandez, which quite honestly I expected to happen. Fernandez is going up swinging as he said he would. Let's see what the Ducati can do against the fellow Italian manufactured bike. Furhat's in 4th. Look at these two. How do they always find each other? Rational and Furhat back at it again. What are we going to see today? Who's going to come out on top with this scrap? Love to see it. They always have a good old ding-dong, these two, and I'm looking forward to seeing it again today. Sparky Man's in 6th. Good ride for him on board the R1. He does have 2 fast riders approaching, with the form of the Belgian Ace, and of course Long Boy Dan. 23 is higher than 21, but right now, 23 is under pressure from 21. See what happens as Rational has got the better of Furhat. Will Rational have the speed upon the straight going into Druids? It could be a late lunge. Oh, I thought he was going to do it. He certainly feinted it. Oh, and he went for it anyway, as Rational went a little bit deep. Bit of contact between the pair of them. As the gap at the front is still 9/10 of a second. Don't worry, I've not forgot about it. We'll get back over there when we see the conclusion of this battle. So this is the difference now. Suzuki versus Panigale V4R. On the straight, he should make mincemeat of Rational here. Well, if he does, if he stays on the circuit, into the Hawthorne Bend. Is he going to go for a lunge? Not close enough yet. It was a bit too eager going into the change of direction there as we go back over to the right-hand side. Quick look behind. There is Dan on Sergio. Sparky Man, no pressure, mate. Well, you do have 2 fast aces approaching. Oh, that's a tough point, isn't it? That's a frequent mistake of mine, that one, going into Dingledell and just touching the grass there. Really puts you uneven then for Sheens. Scary moment for Sparky Man as Long Boy Dan and Sergio on the grass, kicking up dust and dirt at the marshals standing by. Have a bit of respect, guys. So on the straight we'll go. Dan tries to go the long way around. Are we about to see carnage? Into turn 1. Elbows out. Honda versus Aprilia. Is Dan going to go for the lunge into Druids? Oh, massive contact. God, I felt that even here. That was one hell of a punch. Steady on, Tyson. Sergio, will he fight back into the Graham Hill Bend? He certainly does. That's a beautifully executed manoeuvre from the Belgian Ace. Nice fight back, though, from Dan. into the difficult left-hand side. Smart move from Dan to position the bike there. Into Surtees. Puts Sergio 23 in a tough position now to try and get back at him, but the power of the Aprilia works round him, and now Dan's got to do the business again. All this time, Sparky Man's just under more pressure as the pair of them are in pursuit and in charge mode as Dan, oh, wheelie! Oh, massive contact! Massive moment from the pair of them. Unfortunately, I think that was a move that Dan made stick, and just don't think Sergio seen him coming on that one. Hard to say from this angle, of course, but what a battle that was. Unfortunately, this is getting too often, isn't it? We're seeing a battle between these two, or between a couple of riders in the mid-pack, that always ends in a crash. Let's try and stay on board the bikes, guys and girls. I want to see more action just like this, and just like that we had a moment ago. Sergio will be preparing his fight once again to get through the pack and get back at Long Boy Dan. Quick look at the front, and unfortunately that gap that we wanted to stay close is not happening. I think Jack is on a mission. Yep, disappointed at what happened in the 600cc race, of course, but now it's time for him to put things to bed. Put the world to rights and win the 1000cc championship. Could have had the double today, but 1 out of 2 is certainly not bad for the DrAce British Superbike Championship, of course. So Fernandez, we might not get that first victory that we wanted, but it'll certainly not be the last opportunity for him in any DrAce Championship. So I'm pretty confident that he'll be back and ready to do battle once again. So watching Sergio 23 on board the Aprilia. He's in pursuit of chasing down Perky. 9/10 of a second just separates the gap. Sounds like you're referring to hammer time. Yeah, why not, guys and girls? What time is it? Jack Hammer's hammer time, as we just went past a battle there between Max Perky Perky on the V4R, unfortunately crashing there. As the second we get a battle, it seems to always end in a crash. Desperate to see some good fights between the mid-pack here today. This is your chance to take over in the front here, because at the battle at the beginning, it's just Jack. I think he's just on it. Metronomic pace for the number 67. As I mentioned, he might not be with us for the next one. He'll be in the MotoGP Esports Championship, hoping to secure a championship title there. Would be great to have Jack Hammer representing us all as the top Brit. So I do look forward to seeing his progress within the esports. But for now, certainly training and practicing well, isn't he? From the EU Championship on Superbike 22 to ride for here today. Doing a pretty good job, and one of the best players in the world, no doubt. So back through the order. Fernandez still in second. 1.7 is the gap to Meerkat, so it's not quite over yet for a battle of second. Would like to see these two go at it. Might just get that yet. I'll be popping back and forth throughout the standings to see if we got any tight battles. Perky and Sparky are quite close together. Where can you see those? Oh, Perky! Oh, Perky! Oh, my goodness. Good effort. Good save, Perky. I do believe they're all on YouTube, Turpro. Now, last time I'd seen on there was on YouTube. So, Max... Has he gone down? I think Max went down there. Yeah, he must have done. He lost 6 seconds, so he's definitely gone down somewhere. It's back through. 2 seconds it is to Meerkat, so I don't think we're going to see many battles for the final round here. That is a shame. Minibang says Jack Hammer is actually really good. He certainly is. One hell of a talent. I mean, those top three are certainly one just unbelievable talent. See, you look at the leaderboards, Fernandez and Meerkat are pretty much there on all of them. Fernandez is now infamous for stealing so many leaderboard lap times. Just rock solid when it comes to those. Battering players online in public lobbies. So much so that apparently people have started calling him a hacker. And I will confess, I originally thought Fernandez was a hacker because he was so damn quick. Fool me for thinking that way. I was a little bit persuaded into believing that, but I had a chat about this with Jay, and he understands. No hard feelings, of course. You absolutely do have to play Ride 4 again, Minibang. If you haven't played it in a while, then my question to you is why? What happened? What happened there? So Jay 2.5 seconds behind Max. 7 seconds it is Max to Sparky Man. Is Sergio close enough? No, not yet. 3.8 it is to Long Boy Dan. Where the there'll be a crash or not. Would like to see some more fight. Wow, what's happened to Fernandez? Singing his praises and something's gone wrong. For the final round, we will get a scrap, but it will be for second position. Of course, the championship standings are thus. So both riders have pretty much secured their championship positions no matter what happens between the two scraps here. Fernandez, impossible for him to lose so many points to go down to 4th, so he has secured a DrAce championship a championship trophy, which is of course the Andy H trophy, which is our channel sponsor of course for this event. Big thank you to Andy H, do really appreciate that. One of their long-standing members of the DrAce community. So back over to the left then for Fernandez. 0.4 of a second, 0.5 it is. Ooh! Was that a small moment of lag there? It looked like Fernandez's bike just drifted across then. Not entirely sure. I guess I'll be keeping an eye on that one throughout the proceedings of this one. But let's not take anything away from the number 67. And let's have a little look on board with Jack Hammer. It would look better if I removed the other standings there. So here is Jack then, 33,000 of a second down from his previous best. Looking very promising is the number 67. Let's get that helmet cam that we all appreciate and love. Nice and tight to the apex for Surtees. Bring on the power, slight change direction. I want to just point out that in the bottom right corner of your screen you will see his electronics. That is not accurate. Jack will not be using anti-wheelie 3 or traction control that high or even the ABS option. So just ignore that. That's a glitch that happens when playing online during the race director mode. So don't think that, well, Jack's using anti-wheelie 3, that must be the key. It really isn't. Find your own electronics and figure out what works best for you. So, out of the left-hand side, 30 degrees here in Brands Hatch. Certainly with the tension early, it felt like 30 degrees in this room. So I can appreciate how hard those tyres are working. And I think I have to come off this screen to see his tyres. It's not showing me the tyres. How do I get back? There we go. 63 on the front and 49 on the rear. So pretty solid performance from the man in Newcastle. Looking so promising around here in Brands Hatch. This is what we anticipate for the 600cc race, but didn't quite work out that way. Meerkat still getting the best out of Jay for now, as Fernandez is still in pursuit. Maybe he's thought, well, I can't chase Jack, so let's have a fight with Meerkat. Who knows? But I know he'll want to beat Jay. I know Jay will want to beat Ash, and he certainly can with the speed of that Panigale down this straight. Into the Pilgrim's drop they both go now. Yellow flag for Dan. He's he's in a tough spot there. Oh, get out of the way. Oh my god. The worst thing when you that's not really Dan's fault there, because of course when you spawn in the corner like that, you are spawned where you crash. So being right there in the apex is the worst spot that the game could have put Dan then. That would have been panic station mode for both Sergio and Dan. But at least now we have the fight. Turpro, it's his hacks. No hacks from Jay, we know this. So into the right then for the Westfield Bend. Then into Dingledell. We've certainly got that battle we want. This is going to end in tears, isn't it? You can't go for a lunge in Dingledell. Now into the left for Sterling's. Dan's got a good opportunity, and it looks like Dan's a little bit faster than Sergio in this stage. So he just needs to be patient. Wait for that opportunity. So into Clark Curve then. And then to the long straight. Dan's Honda wobbling around a little bit. I almost said wibbling there. That would have been an interesting one. So let's have a look at Dan's perspective. This is on board with the number 21. Going into the paddock hill. Oh my god, he's getting really close to Sergio. Thank god. He absolutely flew at him then coming into turn 1. Sergio's deep then for turn 2. We go back over to Sergio. Oh, contact! It always ends in contact! Goodness me! The pair of them at it again. Oh my lord. Rubbing is racing for two of the most aggressive riders on the grid. Tight to the apex goes Sergio. I can't see where Dan is, so it must mean he's got the better of him. I'm not going to change the graphic anymore, it's changing that bloody often. So these two at it once more. Honda versus Aprilia as they now break into the firm part for the Hawthorne Bend. Back over to the other helmet cam. We'll now go into the Westfield Bend for the right hand side. Tight to the apex is Dan. A little bit deep for Sergio, that's cost him time. Gets over to the right-hand side to play it defensively. Firm on the brakes will go to the tight part of Sheen's again. If Dan lines this up correctly, he could go into Sterling's, but smart move not to attack already. So now to the left-hand side. Big power. I think you're right there, Ruben. Unfortunately, I think Fernandez has gone down. So not the end of the season that we expected for the number 99. So now to the right then. Powering down the straight. Into turn 1 we go. Is Dan going to just be a little bit more patient? Wait for the opportunity then tack into Druids? Doesn't need to go there yet. Still plenty of opportunities with lots of laps left in this one. So Sergio's a bit deep there, but that's his preferred line. Dan's got that line that I prefer, that really tight apex, but was a little bit eager upon the acceleration. Now to the Graham Hill bend. Sergio's responding well. Smart stuff from the Belgian ace. Ruben will be cheering on his compatriot as we go to the left-hand side for Surtees. Sergio a little bit deep, but Dan's Honda will have the power. Coupled up with the slipstream, this could be a good battle going into the Hawthorne bend. 0.3 of a second down is Dan. Back over to the right, nice and tight to the apex. Run it a little bit deeper, going into the rumble strip for the left there, and back over to the right. We've got a battle we wanted. These two have left it late, but we finally got the battle. Now for the difficult part. Oh, beautifully tight apex there for Dan. Gorgeous to see. We know Dan's got potential. Nice and tight to Sterling's as well. It's a pretty solid performance here from Dan. Honda working well around Brands Hatch. We certainly know that from Glen Irwin, of course. So now to the right. Could take plenty more laps of this one, if I do say so myself. Back to the TV perspective for now as I take a sip of the water. I agree with that one, Minibang. I missed that comment. All of the DrAce members are talent, and you are also a DrAce member, so shout out to you, Minibang. So now into Druids. Upon the left-hand side for the Graham Hill bend. Furhat so far has got 4th place signed, sealed and delivered, with them being 8 seconds up the road. Good job for the man on board the Panigale V4R. I think he was offended last time when I mentioned the comment regarding how powerful the Panigale is, but I'm glad to see him doing a good race here in 4th place. So Dan's still not got the... Oh, yellow flags ahead! What's happened to Rational? Sorry, I must have jumped in on that one too earlier. I seen Rational and Furhat. They're at it again! Oh, they're at it again! Wheelie for Furhat. Sergio and Dan are still at it. This is going to be difficult. More yellow flags, more contact going into Sterling's. Sergio and Dan are still at it. I do apologise, but I have to flick through that one quite a lot as this battle rages on lap 14 of 20. Rational just behind Furhat as this battle behind continues. Hey, this is what we wanted. End the season on a bang. On a mini bang, why not? Shout out to you. So, Rational versus Furhat. Yellow flag for... Oh, is Dan deep? Or is Sergio just going for that tighter apex? Both of them making a little bit of a mistake into turn 1. So now it's time to Sergio to fight back against Dan. A little bit deep there for turn 2. Now he's got to do all that work and fight with Dan. As this one calms down, the other one rages. Oh, Rational's down! Oh, what a time to come on board with the German. He goes down there into the left-hand side for Surtees, and unfortunately, that's given Furhat 4th with a pretty comfortable margin. Was looking forward to seeing how that battle ended out, and unfortunately, as mentioned earlier, it always seemed to end prematurely. Always a crash. Dan's on a fast lap here. Smart decision. If he's been paying attention to Sergio's lines, he knows where he's stronger and he knows where he's quicker than him. So using it to his advantage now. It's time to Sergio to dig down deep and fight back against the number 21. So into the left-hand side. Looks like Dan is on a good lap here. 10th of a second up it is for Dan. Sergio 23, the Belgian ace, the man behind the liveries. He's on the prowl for that 6th spot. All said and done, Sergio's pretty much secured 4th place in the championship, but it always goes down to this. One big scrap. One big confrontation to end the season. Giving the momentum for the next championship. Who's going to end up on top between this battle? Isle of Man versus Belgian. Right now at this stage of the race. Plenty more laps left in this one. Going to quickly head through now and see if there's any more battles. It doesn't seem to be, but let's take a moment with Jackhammer. Apologies, we've not seen much of him in this one. But it's just simply because he's doing an amazing job of leading this one. What a way to end the championship. Absolutely dominant. No pressure from Meerkat. No pressure from Fernandez. Just enjoying a nice smooth ride around Brands Hatch. Fair play, Jack. This has been an incredible performance. We knew he was fast in Brands, but this is ridiculous. He is head and shoulders above the rest here in Brands Hatch. We've seen Snetterton be dominated by Meerkat. We've seen Donington be dominated by Jack. And this is another domination here. Excellent performance from the 67. He'll be feeling good about this one. Get him a can of Red Bull after this one so he can cheer the night away, because he will become a DrAce BSB champion if all things stay the same. Good job, Jack. Oh, yellow flag for Fernandez. What's happened to him? Not the race I wanted to end. He does say he struggles with the longer races, so 20 laps is not really in his favour, as Longboy Dan is getting the better of the Belgian ace at this stage. 1.2, 1.3 it is. So fair play to Dan. I'll give him major props. He was smart, patient when overtaking today. Good to see the improvement of the number 21. Be keen to see how he gets on in our next championship if he's interested. And of course, if you guys are interested, be sure to let me know and join the Discord server. In the Discord server, we'll be hosting some laps for you guys to try and achieve lap times in to make sure you qualify for the championship. So back through the order. 1.2 seconds it is to Rational to Furhat. 13 seconds to Fernandez from Furhat. So I think it's pretty much done and dusted now. 9 seconds it is from Jack to Meerkat. We'll be finishing the championship in this order. Jack in top spot, Meerkat in second, and Fernandez in third place. Been a stellar performance. All three of these guys put brilliant show on. The prodigious trio as mentioned. So proud, so happy to have these three in the championship. Very grateful for them to be here as well, because they really have put on the best battles of this championship. We've had some great moments though, and I don't want to be disrespectful to the others. We've had some great battles from Furhat and Rational. Dan and Sergio. Perky's been in there as well. Had a great race in Donington before his eventual crash. But for now, Jack and Meerkat have stole the show. And we need to see more battles. And I think we're going to get it. And of course, when you're not sure if there's a battle going to take place, just move the camera down a little bit. Look for the guys in the mid-pack. Rational and Furhat are always there to make sure there's a battle for you guys to enjoy. Top guys, always thinking content, always thinking for the fans. You love to see it. They picked the both Scorpion Evo Exo helmet. Don't know how that happened, but they're at it again. These two going tooth and nail for a chance in this championship of finishing in 5th, I think it might be a battle for. I need the full picture up in a moment. Unfortunately, this only shows me the top 4. Probably think on for next time, perhaps. You should be, Dawn. He's doing a stellar job. He is just 2 laps away from being another champion. He'll have a physical trophy to show for this one. Talked to him about possibly presenting to him in Alton Park if we go. And it looks like I might have to hold my end of the bargain there and bring it to him. Great job to Jack, leading the way almost 10 seconds quicker or ahead of Sacred Meerkat. Put that into perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Let that sink in. So Jayanth is in 11th. He's going to get lapped here from Jack if he's not careful. But I do hope that he moves out the way. Rational's got the better of Furhat. Is Rational down again? I can't even bring the effort to shout at this point. It's predictable. We've got to fix that. It's the next stage of the racing. You guys are better than this. We need to see these battles without crashes. I know you can do it, and I can't wait to see it. But unfortunately, there's another crash, and that puts Longboy Dan up into 5th place. Oh, yellow flag for Jack. He must have made contact with Jayanth. Someone didn't bugger out the way, it seems. One of the biggest pet peeves is not moving up. Apologies if I'm only assuming, but I would like to think that Jayanth moved, but it did look like they made contact there, so... And he lost about, what, 8/10 of a second? So, yeah. I don't want anyone being held up. Oh, Perky, no! Perky's down in the midfield in 8th. I said earlier he's got a lot of potential. I know he has. So I do look forward to seeing him improve throughout this one. But Jack has only got a few more corners. It's Sparky Man ahead of him. Sparky Man very smartly moves out of the way. Brilliant stuff from him. Mad Max must have moved as well, so I appreciate Mad Max doing that. But that's it, guys. He is one corner away from securing the DrAce British Superbike Championship. Jack Hammer, you are a champion again. You are a champion in the DrAce BSB Championship. Give us a big wheelie, mate. You have been phenomenal. Jack, it is hammer time! Brilliant performance from Jack. Dominant round Brands Hatch. He wins the DrAce British Superbike Championship. Tremendous performance from the number 67. A class above them all here in the 1000cc. Jack, take a bow, dude. You have been terrific. The prodigious trio's leading member wins here in Brands Hatch. Sacred Meerkat finished in second, Fernandez in third. We didn't see the victory we wanted to, but bloody hell, what a great effort. Brilliant performance from Fernandez as well. But wow, that's it. I can't believe it, guys. That's the end of an era. The end of the DrAce British Superbike Championship. Unfortunately, the tension wasn't there for the last one, but when Jack puts a show on like that, you just have to be in awe. 26 minutes of insane, consistent pace. He's 10 seconds quicker than Meerkat, or 8 seconds by the conclusion. Shows you how damn good he has been in Brands Hatch. Guys and gals, what a phenomenal championship. And I'm really pleased to see those lap times are getting closer and closer together. Maybe we need more laps in qualifying. Who knows? I guess we'll discuss that for the next championship, but brilliant. Absolutely brilliant performance there. Shout out to Jack, shout out to Meerkat, and shout out to Fernandez. Don't know what happened to Jay in this one, unfortunately not really ideal. But he still put on a great show. And shout out to the midfield bank. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, Sergio. That was a very entertaining battle. Furhat and Rational at it again. Down each other's throats in the championship. Absolutely fantastic. Very much enjoyed that, guys, and that was a pleasure to commentate for you. 1 to 17. Wait, I missed your comment there, Jack. From lap 2 to 17, I was 18.6 or 18.8. Unreal. I hope you recorded that. That would have been amazing. That would have been some insane pace in the final round. It's brilliant. But big thanks, guys. Everyone from in the chat. Shout out to Dawn. I know she would have been watching that one with glee, with a big smile on her face, as her boy has just secured another championship trophy. So good on him, and well done for making her proud. Ah, damn, no recording? That's a shame. Alessandro says, good job, Jack. Thank you to the aces. Thank you to everyone who's become a member of the championship. Oh, no. He tried to let Fernandez go on lap 1 to get his victory, but caught in a battle. Damn it. Well, I guess that's it. I don't really know what else to say. It's been amazing. From round 1, where we didn't have any of these pictures, graphics, and then we have all of this stuff. Building, brewing, changing, interest. It's been a great championship, and I'm so glad I decided to take the step back and do the commentary. What a wasted opportunity that would have been if I just raced in 4th or 5th. It would have been such a shame. Yes, see you there, Dawn. I'll have the trophy in hand. Well, I want to hear what's the next opportunities for us. What do we want to do next? Let me know in the Discord. Let me know on YouTube. Get in touch and we'll sort something out. Big thank you to Sacred Meerkat. Well done for him today for winning the 600cc championship. Put the little man to bed and hope he enjoyed. If he did watch the race, that is. I don't think he's that interested, but I hope he enjoyed. Discord DM, thank you. Ruben, apologies. Final standings of the championship is thus. If I can get the screen up properly. I did not. I failed. Jackhammer finishes with 170 championship points. Sacred Meerkat finishes in second with 155. Fernandez with 137. And that battle with Sergio and Furhat could have been quite massive if Sergio went any further down, but he still secures 4th place with 107 points. big thank you to Ruben for sorting that out for me as well. I do appreciate all his efforts. I appreciate, and I want to say a big thank you to Sergio23 for making all of the liveries for this championship. Without him, we would have just had a pretty generic looking championship, but with that effort, time and dedication, this championship will look really damn special. So I really appreciate that from Sergio23. I want to give a big shout out to Jack for winning the 1000cc championship and also putting on a great show. He's also been feeding me some ideas for the next championship and even this one. Sacred Meerkat for his great calm demeanour and also putting on a fantastic show. Fernandez has been fantastic, giving ideas, suggestions, and just providing a lot of entertainment for the championship. Perky, I received some very pleasant messages from him recently. He was really, really loving the championship and very much enjoying it. So I do appreciate that. You want 5th place? You're in 5th place in the standings, Furhat. You're just behind Sergio with 97 points. You're a single point ahead of Longboy Dan for 5th place. Perky finishes in 7th with 79. Rational in 8th with 69. Gianth with 60. Sparky Man with 54. And Mad Max finishes with 53 points. So, yeah, that's the 1000cc battle concluded. And I think that's it. So, yeah, big thanks. I guess that's it from me. So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. There'll be many, many more of this one. Could you confirm? Could you please? Oh, sorry. My apologies. Sorry, Meerkat. I was just sitting on this screen. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to stick around because I'll be posting more information about the new championship very soon, either on Discord or either on YouTube as well. So, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you.